Alright Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-June 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridge and the Gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight. That's where the Bridge and the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind that this is general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so all out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Nine of Staves. So this is actually Sagittarius energy here. It could just be saying that you guys are feeling pretty guarded against this person in the past. Like you might have felt a certain level of attraction, but at the same time I feel like you didn't necessarily feel comfortable with pursuing it. For some of you, this could just be saying maybe you had too much of a focus on your careers for some of you, so you could have just been like, the timing might not have been good there. For some of you, you might have even met this person through your work environment as well, so that could have been part of the reason why you might have been holding back too. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Three of Wands. So yeah, to me this does make it seem like more than likely they might have been the ones who were initiating the connection between the two of you. And I feel like this is saying that if you were resistant to it, they might have just perceived it as, oh, you probably get a lot of attention, right? So they probably just figured that that's why when they did make an advance toward you, you seemed to be a little bit guarded and not really ready to pursue it. Alright, present energy on your side, we have the Ace of Arrows. So this usually is an energy that points to having an epiphany, so it could just be one of those things where, so again, going back to that generic example of career, right? Because you guys just had a full moon in Sagittarius recently, so maybe that cycle wrapped up for you, for example, if you were putting heavy focus toward more of your career side of things versus romantic relationships. So it could just be saying that maybe you come to that realization, like, oh, you know what, I was so wrapped up in this thing, I didn't even really notice that this person was giving me that attention, right? So it could just be one of those things where now that you have cleared a certain situation out of your lives in the past, in the present, you're looking at the situation from the past differently. Alright, present energy on their side, we have the Emperor reversed. So this is actually the major arcana card for Aries. So for some of you, maybe you're dealing with an Aries, but if not that, it could just be saying that maybe because they felt the rejection from you in the past, they might have had a bit of a childish reaction to it, you know, as far as saying, oh, well, whatever, I'm not going to put any more effort in toward it. Because, you know, usually the Emperor is good with making effort, taking initiative around situations, but they might have perceived it as, oh, well, whatever, the ball's in your court now. And the only reason I would say maybe more, on a little bit more on the childish side too is because they did come up in reverse, you know. Alright, future energy on your side, we have the Queen of Coins. So now we see the woman holding the pentacle there, right, which to me could represent a certain level of success. And if we look at the body language too, looks like she's somewhat looking in their direction while holding on to that pentacle. So I feel like this is saying that now, yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like it is one of those things where maybe you just had a lot of focus on career. Now you might have wrapped up that goal. So now you are able to put more energy toward the romantic side of things in your life. But I feel like almost a take it or leave it type energy with this too. You know, like, okay, I've accomplished my goal that I was working on, and now I'm open to potentially pursuing things with you. But if not, I'm good either way, right? Kind of that energy. Alright, future energy on their side, we have the Five of Swords. So a lot of times the Five of Swords energy can point to conflict, but in this deck in particular, to me, this looks more like the aftermath of that, right? So it looks like there's genuine remorse on this person. They're just connecting with swans, and we see it looks like they're even throwing flowers into the water. So it could just be one of those things where they might be looking back on. So like I said, if they did potentially act childish around the situation, if you weren't Giving them attention when they initially came toward you, they might have regrets around the way they acted around the situation. Now, for some of you, it could just be saying that maybe this is them just losing faith that there would be an opportunity for the connection to get off the ground. So that's possible. I feel like that's a little less likely. Though. I feel like it's more of those things where they're just looking back with regret on how they handled the situation in the past, especially like if you let them know, like, oh yeah, I was totally working on, I don't know, a promotion, a raise, getting my degree, whatever the case may be, right? That gives context to why you might not have been open to their pursuit in the past, and then that might make them feel bad for thinking that it was, a more of a personal thing toward them. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Ten of Staves. So more Sagittarius energy here. So yeah, this could definitely be another indicator that for a lot of you, this really was one of those things where you were just focusing on career or just a big goal that you had in mind, and you might have been close to the end of it, which would make sense why we see the energies in the present and future there. But in the meantime, you just had too many things going on to actually really give attention to the romantic connection side of things in your life. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a Virgo energy here, and it could just be saying that now, usually with this deck, I think of this person as the main character, and they're seen like, looks like there's couples around, right? And I feel like this is them feeling like they don't want to miss out on an opportunity for themselves. So it could just be one of those things where, so for example, let's say if you guys knew each other for a while and maybe they were the ones who were a bit non-committal in the past, and now all of a sudden they're shifting gears to where they want to look for that, but then, they expect you to be on the same page right away too, so it could just be one of those things where that could have been causing some difficulty too, where all of a sudden they felt a sense of urgency, whereas you just had other things going on in your life that wasn't really in the forefront of your mind like it was for them. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle cards here. Just looking for a single card from this deck. Got one there. And next, we'll actually pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as far as just a single card, and then we'll read both together to wrap the reading up. All right, and got one there. So first we'll take a look at this card. All right, it says children. It says children are important to this partnership. All right, well, I didn't really get much of a dynamic as far as children goes in this particular main spread anyway. Other than when I said maybe the Emperor in reverse could represent a bit of a childish energy there, but I'm sure that would have a connection for some of you anyway. And we have serendipity. There's the artwork, and the number is 18. So we'll see what that has to say. Okay, the relationship message says, Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. And timing definitely seemed to be an issue, at least, like I said, in the past. So it's like more than likely they were the ones who were trying to initiate the things in the past. Like I said, it looks like you had other goals that you were working on. It looked like you had a lot going on at the time. Now it looks like you're more open to it. But like I said, this person seems to have some regrets around the way they handled the situation in the past. So looks like there's still some potential there. So hope whatever resonates with you guys will wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.